And now shifting to a story that refuses to fade away. The controversy surrounding Jeffrey Epstein's files has escalated once again, and President Donald Trump, facing growing pressure from his own supporters, is now dismissing the files as quote-unquote made up. In fact, he's falling back on an old tired playbook, blame Barack Obama and Joe Biden. But as MAGA loyalists demand full disclosure and the White House dodges accountability, the pressure isn't just rising, it's now boiling over. Here's our report with more.
Thank you very much.
He once promised to reveal the truth. Now President Donald Trump says the Epstein files were never real to begin with.
Jeffrey Epstein? This guy's been talked about for years. And are people still talking about this guy, this creep?
In a stunning reversal from his own campaign pledge, the Commander-in-Chief is now dismissing the Justice Department's Epstein files as a fabrication, blaming former Presidents Barack Obama, Joe Biden, and former FBI Director James Comey. Speaking to reporters at the White House on Tuesday, the president repeatedly claimed that the files were politically motivated.
I would say that, these files were made up by Comey, they were made up by Obama, they were made up by the Biden, we went through years of that with the Russia hoax, with all of the different things that we had to go through.
His comments follow growing pressure from his supporters demanding the release of all materials related to Epstein, the financier charged with trafficking underage girls who died in jail in 2019. It also comes just days after the US Justice Department and the FBI released a 2-page memo, confirming that they had found no evidence of a so-called client list or any attempt by Epstein to blackmail prominent individuals. The memo, following a review of over 300 gigabytes of material, also reaffirmed that Epstein died by suicide while in custody in 2019, dismissing long-standing claims of foul play. But far from closing the book, the announcement has inflamed skepticism within Donald Trump's MAGA base, who have long claimed that the government is protecting elites connected to Epstein. His own daughter-in-law, Lara Trump, as well as House Speaker Mike Johnson, have called for full transparency and urged the administration to put everything out there. In response, Donald Trump has said that he does not understand why the Epstein case would be of interest to anybody. Instead, he shifted the focus to Attorney General Pam Bondi, defending her handling of the case and insisting that any release should be left to her discretion.
The Attorney General's handled that very well. She's really done a very good job, and I think that when you look at it, you'll understand that. I would like to see that also, but I think the Attorney General, the credibility is very important. Whatever she thinks is credible, she should release, yeah.
However, Bondi herself is under scrutiny. In February, she said a list of Epstein's clients was apparently on her desk. Last week, she said she meant case documents in general.
I was asked a question about the client list.
On Tuesday, she dodged questions at a press conference about Donald Trump's comments on the Epstein files.
That's the message that we're here to send today. Nothing about Epstein. I'm not going to talk about Epstein.
With President Trump blaming Obama and Biden and Attorney General Bondi dodging questions, the Epstein files seem less about justice and more about who controls the narrative. And for now, that truth remains just out of reach.
Firstpost now available in 9 languages on YouTube. English,
Stands at $36 trillion.
French,
Le FMI, comme
German,
Geschäftsführenden Direktor,
Hindi,
$30 trillion kakarjo.
Indonesian,
Pemerintah tanpa pemeriksaan.
Italian,
Sekali radikali.
Japanese,
$1
Portuguese,
Por causa do próprio balanço patrimonial.
Spanish.
Beautiful bill.
Go to Settings, click on Audio Track and select a language of your choice. Be the first to know what's happening around you in your first language. Firstpost.